It's one of the biggest weekends in the FAFL season. It is All-Star Weekend. This year we are in Adelaide for the Northern All-Stars versus the Southern All-Stars. And joining me for tonight's Umpires Kerry. So excited, I can't remember my own name, but Umpires Kerry, welcome to this coverage, this special FAFL grandstand coverage of the FAFL All-Star Game for 2020. Joining me for this coverage is former Adelaide champion and future Cairns coach, Timmerie Bryant. Welcome to the booth, Timmerie.
It's me, Timmerie. And let me say, Wes, it is an honor to be here.
It's an honor to have you here. I mean, you've been showing me the city of churches this weekend, and trust me, it is a beautiful place here. I mean, I will say this, no wonder South Australia gets defensive against Victorians, because it is a brilliant place, and if I was from here, I'd be proud of it too. So, I love it.
Trust me, I know all about that.
Yeah.
Hell, All-Star Week's here in my old stomping grounds.
Yeah, very much is. So, I mean, this is a big game here. We've got the best of the northern teams versus the best of the southern teams. I mean, as you would know, we don't have a conference system, but we do have a system for deciding these teams. For the northern teams, we have Brisbane, Darwin, East Sydney, Orange, and Gold Coast representing the north. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I got that right. Jeez, I got Darwin there, but I got it right. I'm so hyped up I can barely remember anything. But
you got notes, Wes. Use them.
I know. But I mean, we look at here and we go, and the Southern All-Star team is represented by 7 teams this year. The 2 new expansion ones in Melbourne City and Perth, along with the old favourites Geelong, Fremantle, Melbourne, Hobart, and Adelaide. They have gotten some representation here too. It's pretty much everyone is here. So pretty much it is a big star-studded lineup here. We've got rookies like Ashlynn Adler, Jay Samuelson, Linda Hardy, D. Ashcroft, Tobias Rodgers, and Rachel Boseman here, along with the big stars of the game, like Kyle Shadowolf, Rudy Walker, Darren Gertner, Faith St. Clair, Rocker McManus, Gregory Perkins, Colin Travston, Jacob Hawkins Jr., Joel Rosewood. We've even gotten one of the Harmon twins in Mitchell here. So we've got some big names here, and we've got some decent rookies. We've got 2 decent squads here. They've been here in Adelaide for the last week or so, and they've been just getting in the sights, working along with the coaches, and they've got themselves ready and pumped up for this. So this is going to be a great contest, I believe. Let's have a quick look at the squads. And as we look at the Northern All-Stars to start off, we've got in the full back line, we've got Edward Clayton from Orange, Darren Gertner from East Sydney, Dominic Cole from Darwin, a very formidable full back line. Moving on to the halfbacks, we've got Rachel Boseman from the Gold Coast, Regis Salvatore from Brisbane, Jock Jones also from Brisbane there. So mostly a Queensland lineup in the halfback line. Should be pretty formidable, especially Salvatore and Jones. Moving on to the centre, we've got Faith St. Clair from East Sydney, one of the favourites for the Willing Trophy at the moment. Ashlynn Adler from Darwin, one of the best rookies we've seen this year, and Gold Coast Matthew Blake rounding out the line. Followed by in the half-forward line, we've got Lido Smith from Brisbane. That suspension still hanging above his head. He's been cleared to play tonight. It is essentially an exhibition game, so the suspension will not count. We still don't know what's going to happen there, but he would be hoping that he doesn't get suspended, because that would be his winning trophy ambitions up in smoke. But next to him, a 2-time Willing Trophy winner, 3-time Premiership player, 2-time Jeff Rose medalist for Best on Ground to Grand Final. This guy is probably the best clutch player in the FAFL today. Rudy Walker from Orange. That's going to be very formidable. And next to him, Tobias Rodgers from the Gold Coast. Going on to the full forward line, we've got Hamish from Darwin, moving from Melbourne during the off-season to Darwin. Sky Corvidae, one of the leaders in the Michael Brendy-Bruce medal count at the moment with his goal kicking. That he's going to be needed tonight to put on a good score here. And then next to them is Liam King, one of Orange's best. And then going to the followers line, in rock fur position, we have Orange's Steve Lambert, the captain of the Orange Miners. Next to him, his trusty rover, Bella Johnson, also from Orange, and Jimmy Hurst rounds that out from Brisbane. And on the interchange, we've got Margie Daniels, Namazi Baker, and Kyle Shower from the Storm. And rounding out the team, Gold Coast's Austin Warner. And Timmerie, your thoughts on the Northern All-Stars lineup here?
Well, it's actually a very interesting case with the Darwin Storm's representatives. Like, you've got the rookie Adler here, who's in the starting lineup, and you've got Baker and Shadowolf coming off of interchange. So it's interesting there.
Yeah.
But I like the center line a lot. That's my favorite part of this. I mean, Adler, Blake, St. Clair, that's going to be quite a show.
That certainly will be a show. Last year, the Northern All-Stars were beaten by the Southern All-Stars, and Faith St. Clair and Blake were probably two of the best teams and kept the Northern All-Stars in that game till the very end. So I'm expecting them to put in a huge matchup here tonight. And moving on to the Southern All-Stars here, and a bit of a low-res picture here. Guys, what have you done? But looking at it, we got at the full-back, we've got Gregory Perkins from Geelong, Jack Trigg from Melbourne City, and Mark Rodgers from Fremantle, last year's Jeff Rose medalist in the grand final. If it wasn't for him, Fremantle wouldn't have won that premiership, so there's going to be a lot of eyes on him tonight. Moving on to the half-back line, we've got D. Ashcroft from Hobart, Larry Wilson, the co-captain of Melbourne City, and Jeremy Beattie from the Hammerheads. Pretty formidable back line there. In the centre line, we've got another stacked centre line. We've got Jay Samuelson from Adelaide, the #1 draft pick this year. He's had a little bit of a rough season at times, but he has shown that he has the talent to be #1. He just needs a good lineup around him, so we'll see what Adelaide does in the coming weeks and months to help him out. Tracy Remington from Melbourne, one of their main pieces getting them into the grand final last year, and Joel Rosewood from Fremantle. He's been a pretty good player for the Panthers since he's been there. Moving on to the half-forward line, we have Marcus Knight from Geelong, moved from Orange during the off-season, was a 3-time premiership player with them. Now one of the tools for Geelong in their hunt for a premiership. Next to him, Emily Lancaster from Melbourne. She is very consistently at these games. She's a very consistent player and one of the reasons why Melbourne is so dominant. And next to them, rookie Linda Hardy from Hobart. Her and D. Ashcroft have become kind of a team there, so I think that's been really helping them out this season. They've looked probably the best they have in years. And going into the full forward line, we've got Wolf Hayward from Hobart. He's having a breakout year. Next to him, the leader in goal kicking at the moment, Colin Travston from Fremantle, on track to kick 100 goals this season again. One of the great players out there. You gotta say that it's going to be a tough job keeping him down. And then next to him, Mitchell Harmon. I mean, a bit of a shock here. I would have thought Drake would have been the one that got in, but I mean, both of them have been playing really, really well for Melbourne City. And we go into the followers line. We've got Jacob Hawkins Jr. from Melbourne, the captain of them. He's a captain of this side too, so I expect him to give a bit of tough love, but I do expect him to be treating his players very well as well. Next to him, one of Adelaide's best, Jason McGrew, a veteran of the game. He probably doesn't have that long left in his career, but for at least the next 2 or 3 years, I expect him to be around. Then we've got last year's Willing Trophy winner, the back-to-back Willing Trophy winner, Rocco McManus. He's probably one of the most unstoppable players in the FAFL today, and with Hurst going on him, that's going to be a huge key matchup right there. And on the interchange, we've got Chris Long from Hobart, Wayne DeGrande from Fremantle, Lula Millward from Perth, their only representation in this game, and then from Adelaide, Coetzee Carter, who is one of their best. And I think you got to look at the team of Hawkins Jr. and Carter. That's going to be a hard-to-beat tandem. So, Timmerie, your thoughts on the Southern All-Stars?
Well, I'm not going to be biased and, call out my fellow birds like Samuelson. So I'm going to say the half-forward line's really speaking to me. You got a very steady player in Lancaster, and you surround her with a player like Hardy and a veteran like Knight. That's an interesting combination right there. Hopefully she can keep them steady.
Very much so. That is there's a good line there. I think that's going to be very interesting to see how they play out. So as we are getting ready for them to come out onto the field, you want to give your tips for this game, Timmerie? Who do you think's going to get the edge here?
Oh, that's a tough one. Based on the lineups, I mean, forward line, I do give the slight edge to the Southern teams. I definitely give them a slight edge on the offensive end. Actually, I'm going to go with South for this one. I mean, they got some defensive studs too.
Okay, so you're gonna go with the Southern All Stars. Who's your pick for the Teddy Wilson medal? So who's gonna be best on ground?
More tough questions, but good ones.
Jeez, you are
I'm gonna go with Lancaster.
Okay, you're gonna go with Emily Lancaster. So you're gonna go Southern All Stars and Emily Lancaster for the Teddy Wilson medal. I'm actually gonna go with the Northern All Stars. I think they're gonna want revenge from last year, and I think they're gonna get it. And I'm gonna say Rudy Walker has a breakout game again. I'm gonna say he'll be player on the ground because he's clutch in these situations. So I think he will be the one to watch for me. So,
well, it's hard to contest that decision.
Yes,
it's hard to contest that.
It certainly is. So, as they're about to come on the ground, your final thoughts here. So, anything to look out for. So, you've kind of given your best lines and all that, but like, what is something crazy you're expecting here?
The one thing I'm hoping is that we don't see a whole lot of behind. I don't want a car crash game here.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get a car crash game here, but it has been raining all day here in Adelaide, and the wind's pretty strong, so classic football conditions in the winter, but we're going to have to see who can adapt to it, so I think it's going to be interesting.
And not to mention Adelaide's been a little down on the luck lately.
Very much so,
I'm a bird myself.
This is going to be an interesting game here. As the teams are ready to come out right here, right now. And we've got a bit of a whiz-bang graphic, and Jesus Christ, we look at the weather here. This is not going to be a pretty game.
It's an outright downpour out there.
Yeah, complete downpour here in Adelaide. We've got the teams coming up again. We look at it, and it's just, oh. You look at the weather, and you just kind of go, well, maybe my predictions are out of the window. But you never know. We're going to have to just see. As the Southern All-Stars come out to the ground right now. We've got a lot of stars in that team. Some of them are probably wishing they'd gotten the longies out, so they got their long jumpers out, but most of them look to be just going with their short jumps at the moment. So, it's going to be interesting.
Well, it shows some fearlessness.
Yep.
I'd pull that routine a lot.
Yeah. So, we got the Northern All-Stars coming out. A lot of them not used to this type of weather because a lot of these players are playing in either the Northern Territory or Queensland, and it's normally pretty warm there and normally pretty good conditions for most of the year. I mean, you'll get rain and you'll get conditions like this, but they're more likely to be playing it on the road than to be playing it at home. And
up north. Up north, if you want water, you got to go to Cairns.
Yeah. So we're going to be getting the coin toss here. Captain Steve Lambert and Jake Hawkins Jr. here going for the toss. Toss of the coin. Okay, so Lambert's won, and he'll be going to the Northern All-Stars will be going to the left-hand side of the screen. So left side of the screen. As everyone gets ready there. Bit of argy-bargy between King and, I believe, Trigg there. And we are underway. Here we go. Hands it off. Lambert onto it. Tackled down. And he's caught holding the ball. So that's going to be interesting here. They're waiting to kick it long. Hands it off to Beattie. Beattie, one of the smart players out there. He's got the long jumper on. And hands off to his teammate Lancaster. Can't get onto it. And it's going to be no prior opportunity as we go for a ball up again. Hawkins gets it out, but it goes to the wrong player, and Blake gets caught holding the ball. We're going to have Jones mark it out. Timmerie, this looks to be a bit of a slow start at the moment.
Yeah, agreed. It's sort of one of those cases where neither team's really giving an inch.
Yeah, it's a bit like a grand final. Both teams got a bit of nerves here. I mean, they haven't played with each other before, so it's kind of... Excuse me? It's kind of one of those situations where
like
you
gotta
just...
take that first quarter to really feel them out.
And Haywood's going to get the mark, and he is going to play on, and he's going to get the first goal of the game as Wolf Haywood puts the Southern All-Stars in front by 6. And the camera has completely lost him.
And here we are back at center.
Back at the center. Hawkins gets his own hit out, and they're going to have to ball it up again as he barely gets an opportunity. And Hawkins looking to dominate at the moment.
Oh.
Bit of an argy-bargy here. Everyone trying to get on the ball, but Blake looks to get it. He's going to kick it straight to Lambert, who can't mark it. McManus onto the ball as it looks like Samuelson's going to boot it long, and he's going to get the second goal of the game.
That's my fellow bird right there.
Yeah, hot start from the Southern All-Stars right now. And we've got...
I think part of that is because Jay's very hungry for a win.
Very much so.
As any bird would be.
Yeah, they would be very much hungry for a win, yet to win this season, and didn't even win last season. So they've been waiting since round 18, 2018, to get a win. I mean,
I see a change-up coming.
Yeah, we got a change-up here, and another butcher bird on as we got the reserve rocks in. Warner and Kutsi Carter here. Carter gets it off here. There's Johnson onto it. Here we go. It's a bit of a mess. Here's Gertner. Why is he near the forward line? He's a full back, and he looks like he's going to kick it out of bounds on the full.
Oh, what were you doing?
I don't know.
What were you doing?
Good question. This Pedrosa's got it now. Going to kick it long to Remington. Bit of a weird thing there. Both of them took each other on last year's grand final, which saw the Panthers beat the Hammerheads by 9 points, and it looks like Lambert's coming back on. And we're going to get a bit of a duel that we saw a lot of in the big games between 2015 and 2016. Lambert versus Carter. So, bit of a throwback here, and a bit of a...
Throwback and a rematch.
Yep. And... let's just say the Rocks are going to have their work cut out tonight, because it seems like they're going to struggle with it. Adler kicks it long, marked by Jones. He's going to play on, and hands it off. Connor couldn't get onto it, and there's going to be a kick to nowhere, picked up by Corvidae, and he's going to be tackled straight away for another ball up.
You got to be better than that.
Yeah, Hawkins back on, so we're back to the original matchup here. And Remington onto it. He's going to bomb it off to Lancaster, who thought she was a bit hurt there, but no, that would not be the case. Just a bit of a rough landing to Long. He's had a good season at Hobart. Bombs it off here, and it looks like Remington's gotten it. He's going to kick it long.
Hold it.
Straight to Wilson. And... I'm going to say it looks like the Northern All-Stars are kind of struggling a bit with the rain a bit. I mean, they've yet to kind of get something going here. But it's going to be long. Hawkins onto it. I mean, Timmerie, this is...
That's no reason for the Southern Stars to get conceded, you know. Because, like, all they need is one opening and they can just flay you alive, pretty much.
Very much so, as Smith is onto it. He's going to be trying to look for it, and he's going to bomb it long to Connor. Can Connor get onto it? He can just do it. And he's going to be about 50 meters out, and I think he's going for it. Cameron not exactly in the best position, but he's going to bomb it long, and that's a terrible kick out of bounds on the full.
Oh.
You don't see that often from him.
Right. And what a game to see it.
Yeah. Probably the wrong thing to be doing in these conditions. They needed that one. And Perkins is caught throwing the ball. And it looks like Ashlynn Adler's going to be going for goal.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go. Is she going to get it? That's a not. That's a behind.
Behind.
But it's something on the board at least. I mean, at least it was a behind. It looked like it was way off. Looked like it completely missed a boot.
Adler had to do something.
And Perkins is going to bomb it off. And it looks like Ashcroft gets it to Stevenson. And he can't get it to his partner. And it's back to Ashcroft, who's going to bomb it off to Hardy. But Boseman's onto it.
Oh. Ooh. Oh, that would have been beautiful right there.
Yeah, it would have been. Rodgers gets it and hands it off. And we're going to have to go back for a ball up. Cole coming back on. And it's going to be Hawkins versus Warner. A bit of a matchup from both of these teams. Shame we've never gotten to see it in a grand final, but let's just say those Melbourne and Gold Coast matchups are pretty good, and that's a goal from Rudy Walker. I didn't think it was going to be a goal, but he's gotten it.
Well, you're right. He does come through when you need him to. Yep,
and we're halfway through the first quarter, and it looks like the Northern All-Stars are starting to claw back a bit here. So we've got a ball up again. Hawkins Jr. onto it. He's free. He's going to bomb it off down there, but no one's going to get to it. As Margie Daniels gets tackled, and Lambert's going to be coming back on. A lot of rotations at the moment, that's for sure. As we're back to Carter and Lambert. Johnson onto it. Long bomb to nowhere, but Beattie will get onto it.
It's the mark.
It's a mark, but it's smothered by Smith.
Ooh.
And here we go. A bit of a tangle as Smith gets it, and he's caught holding the ball. And it's going to go straight to Baker. We haven't seen much of her at the moment, but starting on the bench is going to do that for you.
Yeah, it just limits your opportunities.
Yep.
Remember, tail end of my career, coming off interchange.
Yep. Hayward coming off for Wayne DeGrande. Lambert onto it. He's got some room. He's going to have to kick it. He's going to kick it to Walker, but he can't mark it. Hands it off, and there's going to be a long kick there, and that's another goal by Liam King, and now the Northern All-Stars are in front by 1.
Well, that turned pretty quickly.
Very much so.
It's getting exciting.
Very exciting. Look at this. Great play by King. Sidesteps his opponent, and when he gets the snap, he gets a snap when you need it, and that's going to put him in front. And
those are the kind of plays you live for.
Very much so. The Tasmanian Devil, very much happy with that one. And Johnson hands it off to Lambert. They're going to go for it again to wide open space. And here we go again. King with it, hands it off to Shadowolf, and Shadowolf can't even get the kick off as he rushes it through for a behind.
Okay, maybe there was a reason he was on interchange.
Yeah, Shadowolf getting a bit too confident there. As Carter's got it, kicks it off to the side. McManus onto it. Currently, about 8 minutes to go in the first. Chris Long onto it. He's going to kick it to a pack of Northern All-Stars.
Tobias Rodgers. I haven't seen a whole lot of him yet. See what he does.
We haven't seen a lot of him yet, that's for sure, but don't know what Long was going for there. They looked to be defended on quite a bit as Baker gets the ball. And Samuelson gets the interception. Kicks it off. Long, and here we go. Oh, high tackle from Knight. That's going to give Adler a free kick, who gives it straight back to the opponents. DeGrande hands it off to Long. He gets tackled down. Lambert onto it. And we're going to get another ball up.
They were just zigzagging that ball for a minute there.
Yeah.
To the enemy, to the enemy.
Yep. And we're getting to a bit of a slow point here. Perkins onto it. Bit of a run. He's going to go for it here. It looks like it is wide open. He's going to go for it. And he gets a behind. Oh, bad finish from him.
Oh, that's just ugly.
Yeah, had the making of a classic goal there, but just couldn't get the finish. As Cole kicks it along to his teammates.
Start-up, 10-cent finish.
Yeah, very much so. And Clayton tackled. We go back to Carter and Lambert. Carter gets it, hands it off to St. Clair. But Beattie's going to be on that. And it's going to be another mark.
Beattie's got it. And 2.
So McManus. And Lambert onto it. But here's King. King's a bit open here. Hands it to St. Clair. Bit of a mistake there as Perkins gets it off to McManus. McManus on with the running goal.
Come on, Perkins, redeem yourself.
Oh, it's another behind. This time from McManus.
Well, at least it ties the game, but
yeah,
that's ugly.
That is ugly. As it's all tied up with about 4.5 minutes to go in the first. Very good opening quarter as that's spoiled, but they get their hands on it. Here we go. Is this another chance at goal? Yes, it is. Colin Travston, eat your heart out.
There we go.
Southern All-Stars up by 6. Timmerie, this has been a great quarter. Your thoughts so far?
That quarter alone is worth the price of admission right there.
Very much so.
And if that's just one quarter, I can't wait to see what the other 3 hold.
Exactly. I mean, this is much better than the US game that I did a long time ago with Jack Knight and a few other people. Like, that was one side from the beginning. This is already much better than that, and we're only in the first quarter.
Oh, this is a real beaut right here.
Yeah, Matthew Blake with the ball. He's gonna bomb it long, but there's too many defenders onto it. Beatty onto it, and Adler! Very dangerous tackle there. And, no one on that. What was Stevenson doing? As Shadowolf's gonna get it, and he's gonna have a shot at goal. As the clock continues to tick down.
Redeem yourself for that behind.
And that will be what he does, as he gets his first goal of the game, and we're back tied again. Very seesawing encounter at the moment, as it's all tied with Northern All-Stars 3-2-20 to the Southern All-Stars also 3-2-20. I mean, I wasn't expecting a great match as soon as the rain came, but these players have come to play, certainly.
Yep. They're just honestly looking at the rain like, what's this?
Yeah, very much so. There's another ball up here. We've got the final 3 minutes of the quarter here. Clock ticking down. Here we go. As Carter bombs it long to Hardy. Hardy onto it.
She's got that mark.
Yeah.
Is she going to go for the long goal? She's going to kick it out. Oh.
Goes to Samuelson.
Samuelson's got it now.
Yeah, and he's going to go to Carter. Carter can't get onto it. St. Clair gets it, but it's going to be another ball up. As Warner gets it out. Bit of argy-bargy behind the play there. Bit of a slow start. Smith to... I can't remember who that was, but it's on to Walker. Walker tapping for him and get it off. Ashcroft with the ball. Pretty much handballs it off. Can't get it off. Rodgers there, and it looks like McManus will get tackled by Connor, it's gonna be holding the ball.
He held the ball, so it's free kick time.
Yep, here comes Connor. He's gonna line for goal. Is this a goal? No, it's another out of bounds on the full.
Not even behind. Yeah.
And Hamish Connor has left his kicking boots as home as he's gonna get another opportunity, and there's finally his first goal.
About time.
After missing both completely, he gets his first goal. And looks like Warner got that hit out, but we're going to do it again. And it looks like, I think Warner got that one too. Carter onto it. He's wide open at the moment. He's going to go for it. He's going to go for a run here. Hands it off to McManus. Is he going to get it? He's going to kick it long, and he's going to tie it back up again with 26 seconds left in the first.
That's already what, like 3, 4, 5 changes of the lead?
Very much so already.
Well, that's what you want out of an all-star game right there.
Very much so. Very much so. As this is probably the best game that these people have gotten all year, to be honest, and that's a sorry thing to say. I mean, Adelaide just haven't been that good, but at least the Adelaide crowd is getting something tonight.
Right, at least they're showing they got some hope for the future if they can just keep it, if they can just build up the team.
Exactly, and we're going to head up to the final seconds. Trig's going to be onto it, and I think he's going to kick it, and the siren's going to go. And that is the first quarter done, and the scores are level at quarter time.
Yeah, that was definitely worth the price of admission alone there.
It really is, as this was a great quarter here. Hawkins talking to his troops at the moment. They've got to get back into it. They had a good start, but they've let the Northern All-Stars in. As at quarter time, it is the Northern All-Stars 4-2-26 to the Southern All-Stars 4-2-26. Timmerie, your thoughts on that quarter?
That was a thing of beauty. Covered in rain, but it was a thing of beauty. I mean, one thing the Southern All-Stars team needs to get down, though, is you don't let a team back into the game. You get the boot down on them, you keep pressing.
Exactly. And looking at kind of the quarter time stats here, it's a very even contest. Not really much advantage to either team here, except for the Southern All-Stars with tackles. They've gotten quite a bit more of that, and more of the hitouts too. But I mean, the thing is, it's been very even so far. As we...
Right.
Yep.
Very much so. This has just been a very tight game. I can't wait to see more.
Yep, very tight game. As we will have a look at the major ball winners here. Rocker McManus really making it known at the moment that he is playing well. 6 disposals so far to Hamish Connor's 4. So McManus has really been on the ball at the moment. But meanwhile, the goal kicking, no one has really stood out. It's been a very even spread. With Walker, Connor, and King being the notable ones for the Northern All-Stars, and it's Samuelson, McManus, and Hayward being the notable ones for the Southern All-Stars. So, very much a tight contest. We've already had 4 lead changes so far. We're probably going to get a lot more of this, as we'll be back.
Oh, we better.
Yeah, we'll be back in a minute. As we
on a note with the goal kicking numbers, I actually think that's pretty beautiful when you just see, like, an even spread like that, because that shows they're playing like a team.
Very much so. We look at the quarter scores there, and really just we already know it's all tied up at quarter time. Let's get on with the second quarter, and a lot of changes again. We're back to Lambert and Hawkins Jr. in the ruck as Jesse McGrew gets tackled down. Hands
right back to the ball up. Yep. There we go.
There we go indeed. Very tight contest at the moment. As Hurst gets caught holding the ball. I think a bit of an egregious call there, but that's kind of what the umpire says, so we kind of have to go with it.
Yeah, that call was dicey at best, but what are we going to do?
Exactly. As Walker's got the ball, he's going to kick it off to King, but King has to defend. As Beattie's got it, and he's wide open, but he's a shocking kick that will get... He's lucky that was just out of bounds.
Who are you kicking to? Who are you kicking to?
He's lucky that was just out of bounds, because that was almost out in the fall. Lambert hands it off, but intercepted again, and that's a terrible kick by Jesse McGrew.
Oh, and that one's out in the fall. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Very good question there. That was a shocking kick by McGrew. Hawkins Jr. off to it, and that's going to go over the line out of bounds.
And now things are looking real ugly.
They certainly are a bit at the moment, as Cole kicks it off to Walker and hands it off to Rodgers and off to Blake, but we're going to get a ball up there as there was no prior opportunity. And Hawkins gets it off. McManus kicks it long off to Rosewood, and he's going to have a shot straight at goal from about 50 out. But no, he's going to kick it off. I'm surprised there.
Oh.
And it's a bit of a three-for-all as Remington's going to try and go to Hayward, but couldn't even get it done.
That turned into a bit of a wasted play, I'd say.
Very much so. I don't get the point of that at all. As Lula Millwood gets tackled down, we're getting a lot of rotations at the moment. Like, Perkins came off, he's back on now, and here comes Hawkins back on. So, a lot of rotations going on in the Southern All-Stars at the moment. As Remington is going to go for Harmon, and Harmon's going to have a shot at goal. He's going to play on, and he does the right thing, kicks a goal. First goal of the second quarter. Southern All-Stars up by 6.
Well, about time you asked me. After bad kick after bad kick after bad kick.
Exactly, that's what they needed.
If I ever made any of those kicks, I would be getting yelled at. I can tell you that.
Exactly, I mean, a lot of shocking kicks there, but finally convert one as Carr's back in the middle. But I think gets a hit out there. Adler kicks it off to Rodgers, but too many people
tried to kick
there.
to Rodgers, but no good.
No good, and Triggs off for Perkins. A lot of rotations at the moment. Warner now on for Lambert. And, McGrew lucky there. That wasn't holding the ball. And, a bit of a sloppy play there, but Remington's onto it, and he's wide open. He's going to do a bit of a run, going to keep going here. It's wide open, he's going to go for goal, and he's got it!
Ooh!
Southern All-Stars up by 12. And look at this. Great play for Remington. Does what Perkins couldn't do earlier with a great running goal.
Open goal by the numbers. Now, we got the boot down on him. Keep pressing.
Ball up again, and Hawkins gets it. And Salvatore gets it. He's going to try and get it to St. Clair. St. Clair's onto it. She's going to bomb it long to an open Ashlynn Adler, and she's probably going to have a shot at goal here. And her friend Jay Stevenson on the mark there. And oh God, what was that kick from Adler?
Adler.
Nerves are kind of getting to her, I think.
Everyone makes mistakes, but geez, that was grievous.
Yeah. I think some of these players are getting a bit nervous at the moment. I think you can look at it. Corvidae can't get onto it. Dr. Jones. And Perkins there. Big pack there. Beatty's the one onto it. Hands it off to... I couldn't even get the number on the back there, so that
Daniels.
I think that might have been Pedroza, actually. I think Pedroza was the one who handballed it there, but Millwood's got it. Chance for her first. Oh, I think she got another...
around the ward. Went from Daniels to Adler to Millwood.
Yeah.
Quite a bit of kick action going on.
Yep, we've got Knight there. He's going to go for it, and that doesn't look good, and that will be a touch behind by Clayton. And that brings the margin out to 13 points. Salvatore plays on. He's going to have to kick it, otherwise he's going to get pinged for, and the ball he does, and gets to Rodgers.
And Rodgers gets it.
He's going to kick it straight to Gertner. The very buff German Shepherd out there. Needs to change that game on its head at the moment.
Now, dude's built like a truck.
I would agree. Built like a truck. You could you could grate cheese on him. That's how hard his abs are. And that's going to be Clayton holding the ball. And going to get a bit of a kick here. Here we go. Harmon couldn't get onto it. And Cole lucky there. As we're going to get another ball up. Carter gets it off. St. Clair onto it. High tackle. And he's going to have to try and thread the needle here. Can't. Millwood onto it. Bit open here. She's going to go for it. And there's a goal by Millwood. And the Southern All-Stars have put the pedal down at the moment.
Yep. And coming off the heels of Perth's only representative, might I add.
Yeah, that's very good. Very good for Perth that she's going well. I mean, they'll need a lot more than just her to win matches, but...
Well, yeah. Of course, but...
I mean,
they got a ray of hope with her, you know?
Yeah, at least they do. She's They better be able to keep her down because that eagle is their future.
Yeah, she's pretty much to Perth as Jake Samuelson's to Adelaide at this point.
Very much. And Northern All-Stars, sorry, trying to get it going.
Adler's got it.
Adler's got it. She's going to try it
They
again. She'll play on. She's going to bomb it long to Smith, and he'll have a shot at goal. He's going to need to kick this one because they're falling back at a rapid rate at the moment. Has he got it? Yes, he does. Brisbane's Lido Smith gets the first goal for the Northern All-Stars this quarter. And one they need. Oh, a bit of a shove to Stevenson on his way to Blake.
Oh, yeah, he just armbarred Samuelson right there.
Yep, very much on him and going to get thanks from his former teammate for the Gold Coast. But yeah, that is a good goal from him, and they really needed that one.
Yeah, Adler called that play right, that's for sure.
And it's back to 13 points as we get the ball up again. Hands it off. Here we go again. And Johnson onto it. Bit of a run, but it's straight to Beattie. What was that? As we're back in.
Whatever it was, Beattie seemed to intercept that package.
Yep. And Daniels gets smothered by Beattie. Beattie's probably one of the best players out there for the Southern All-Stars as Baker gets it and is going to kick it long. Is Smith going to be on it? No, it's going to be Carter. He's had a pretty good game here too. And
very much so.
And Hardy gets tackled down by St. Clair, but it's going to be a ball up and not holding the ball. As we've got another handoff and a bit of a mess here. Carter's a bit slow there. And Daniels is going to bring Gertner back on. And it's to Hawkins Jr. and Warner. Hawkins Jr. onto it, hands it off to Haywood. Haywood going long, but that's going to miss, as that's going to be a behind.
We haven't seen one.
And let's just say this.
I mean, with the lead, it's not the worst thing, but like I said, put the boot down.
Exactly. As Cole gets it off, hands it off to Boseman, but it's going to go to Hardy. Hardy's going to hand it off. And it's going to be a goal from Marcus Knight again. And the horse is looking good at the moment. That's his first.
That was a beautiful play right there.
Very much. And it's out to 20 points. And Warner, lucky there. And
yeah, I almost thought that was a bit high right there.
Yeah, that's going to be holding the ball, and that's going to be Lancaster with it. Very quiet game by her standards, as it's getting a bit of a mess in here. Long hands it off to Carter. Carter hands it off and can't get on it, but he's got it now. He's going to go for it, and Carter gets it behind. Yet another behind for the Southern All-Stars, and they might be leading by 21 at the moment, but this could come back to cost them.
It's no reason to get conceited and slack off.
Exactly.
You play every last minute and second.
Exactly, Timmerie. Exactly.
One of the philosophies I will be teaching the Cairns Corals.
Well, that's a good thing. They will need leadership like that, I would think. As Remington gets the mark. Any of the players here caught your eye?
Beattie's been a bit of a standout.
It certainly has.
Been doing a bit of everything, it seems.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably one of the more underrated players in the Hammerheads, to be fair, by the pundits. As Travston going for number 2. And he's going to go for it, and he has got it. That's number 2, and the Southern All-Stars are expanding that lead quite quickly.
I think they might have had me. That's nice.
Yeah. And this is already starting to look a bit worrying for the Northern All-Stars here. This is a position they didn't want to be in, and they really need to get back onto it. As Remington gets it, but he gets tackled before he can kick it off. Here's to Grandy, kicks it long to no one in particular.
Seemingly no one.
As Travston caught holding the ball.
Oh, that was That was something sloppy right there.
Yeah, very sloppy. King, not King, Knight, sorry. Kings, Knights are all the same. And Samuelson's caught for holding the ball. And very much, it's handed off to Boseman. Boseman can't get a grip on it, and Samuelson briefly gets it before we get a ball up again. Field really turning into a bit of mud and mush at the moment. It was great field conditions when we started, but not so much anymore. It's just getting worse and worse.
It's becoming an outright mess, and not just the plays either.
Exactly. There's Travston trying to go for number 3, not going to get the distance, but his teammate DeGrandy's going to be there, and he's going to have a shot at goal. The Badger, very much one of the more underrated players for Fremantle, and he's going to hit the post.
Lottie.
Not very happy with that. So it's 9-6-60 to 5-2-32 with about 2.5 minutes to go in the second. And, Timmerie, this is not looking good for the Northern All-Stars.
Oh, not in the least bit.
Yeah, and I don't know what Adler was doing there. She stopped, and she's been caught holding the ball as McManus. I don't know why he's trying to go for goal from that far out, but he's going to try. And he's going to go for it. A bit of a boot on it, and the wind catches it, and it goes out of bounds on the foot.
What were you thinking? Wow.
I mean, if the wind wasn't so bad, he might have had a shot at that. But with the wind that bad, I don't think any torpedo this game is really going to go well.
Like I said, I sound like a bloody broken record here, but it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, well, these guys are expecting a very good day here with low wind. What they've gotten is a mud hole with wind. As Travston kicks it behind again, and Southern All-Stars, despite leading by 30 now, being quite wasteful with the ball here, as it's 9 goals 7 to 5 goals 2. And the final seconds in the first half coming down. They're going to need a bit of a pep talk, the Northern All-Stars here, as Lambert gets caught holding the ball.
Or a glass of cold water in the face.
Yeah. Haywood with it, and he's going to play on, get away from the boundary, and here we go. Hardy's with it, gets bumped, as Haywood gets it again. Haywood's going to go for goal, and hits the post.
Ooh.
With 4 seconds to go on the clock, this is probably going to be the last play of the half here, as Clayton plays on as the siren sounds, and that will be the half as the Southern All-Stars lead the Northern All-Stars by about 30 points as they come off for half-time. And Timmerie,
they got the strong.
This has been a dominant quarter from the Southern All-Stars. I mean, it was all tied up to begin with, and they've gotten it out to 30 points. Like, what are your thoughts here?
I mean, Southern All-Stars they're just having a real show of force tonight. I mean, luckily that first quarter was worth the price of admission. Because, I mean, even though they were dominating overall, they were also very, very sloppy if you look at the behind count.
Very much so. 9, it's currently at halftime. The Northern All-Stars trailing 5 goals 2-32 to 9-8-62. And I think that could hurt them. If the Northern All-Stars get a run on, that could really hurt them because they probably need a lot more than that.
Very true. But that said, Northern All-Stars, they still got quite a hole to dig out of.
That, I would agree with that. 30-point margin is a pretty big margin. I mean, you can come back from that, but if you don't start coming back from that instantly, it's going to become a 36-point margin, 42-point margin, 48-point margin, 54-point margin. You get the idea. It just keeps going and going.
It's just going to stack up like credit card debt.
Yeah, it really will. And I think you look at the count on the stats here, and the Southern All-Stars are getting the advantage in the disposals. They're getting the advantage in the kicks. They've got an advantage in the tackles, and they've got the advantage in the hitouts. That's what's winning them the game so far. They've just had had better possession of the ball. And if we head on over to the next screen here, Adler's having a good game, but Jeremy Beattie's having a better one, as Colin Traston is the only goal kicker to kick more than one goal here at the moment. He's having a decent game, but you gotta say, it's Remington, McManus, and Beattie really winning the game for the Southern All-Stars at the moment.
Oh, yeah. Fair to say. They've been the backbone of this All-Star team.
They have been. I mean, Adler's having a good game, but she's going to have to play a lot better than this if she's going to dig this team out of a hole. I mean...
Right. I mean, expecting a rookie to dig out an all-star team is like... It's like asking your kid to drive your Lamborghini across the state.
Yeah,
It could work, but it probably won't.
Yeah, probably won't. But I mean, if she gets this would be a breakout performance, but we'll have to see there as we head on to the scores here. Looking at it, it's only one goal for the Northern All-Stars in that quarter. Not a good performance at all. They'll need to improve that heavily come the next quarter. As we're going to head up from halftime here. They're back out in the field as we get ready for the next
that mud
half.
Is collecting.
That is really collecting at the moment. Looks like guacamole out there, to be honest. As they get it out there, and Connor's got it. Very quick start from the Northern All-Stars here. They needed that. And
they're trying to get something going here.
Yeah, and Connor has to kick this one. And he will, as he gets his second. And it brings it back to 24 points. A lot of celebration there. They really needed it.
Right. Celebrate a little, but remember, you still got a lot of work to do.
Very much, and here we go. Beattie back onto it again. It's intended for Smith. And, here we go. Smith tries to get onto McManus. McManus has a chance there. Rodgers. And here, that's Walker. Here comes Smith. Out of bounds on the full. A bit too far out from a bad angle. That didn't even look like a hard goal. That looked like a hard behind. Yeah. To even make. Yep. Ashcroft. Gonna get it. Here we go. Boseman to Johnson. Beattie's going to be caught holding the ball by Connor, and this is chance for number 3. They've needed him to lift, and he's starting to lift here, but he's going to have to kick this one. And that's a behind. That's not gonna... That's like trying to dig out with a spoon, not a shovel. Exactly. As Perkins plays on. Bit of a stupid play. Doesn't get the distance on the mark, so Ashcroft's going to run with it. And, she gets run down by Sky Corvidae, but Smith's going to be caught holding the ball. And... that's not going to help. She was right on that play. Yep. And Remington has got it. He's going to kick it long. Here we go. And Lambert onto it. He's going to be caught holding the ball. As Harmon, what's he trying to do here? It looked like he was going to go for goal, but he's going to kick it to Lancaster instead, who'll play on. Kicks it long straight to the opponents. Not very good there as Remington comes off and Knight comes on. And Hawkins gets the head out. Lambert's got it. He's going to kick it long. And Long can't get onto it. Johnson can, however, and she's running a bit, but Connor gets caught. And Walker's got it. He's gotten around him. And Rodgers just can't get off Ashcroft. And high tackle from Lambert there. Very much a mistake there to Trigg. And that's going to be to Pedroza. And he's going to kick it to Perkins, and then moving it back a bit. And bit of a fumble there, but Connor's open. Wide open. He can run in towards goal. He's gonna go for it, and he gets it. That's his third. Connor's starting to look dangerous.
Yeah, I'll agree to that.
And here we go with the hit out again. Hawkins Jr. gets it. Johnson knocked over, and there's Baker, who's going to not get caught following the ball. And get it off. Pedrosa there, caught, no prior opportunity. And there we go. That's a bit of a kick there. Timmerie, your thoughts on at the moment?
Well, the North is starting to rally a bit here, but they're kind of getting into the South's sloppy play, so they do need to clean up their act a bit still.
Exactly, and that's going to be a long kick. Thank God they didn't go to Travis, otherwise that would have been a huge mistake right there. St. Clair, what is she doing? She's kicked it straight to the Southern All-Stars goal end, and he's going to be tackled. Clayton's going to be tackled by Harmon, and you gotta think, what was St. Clair thinking there? She might have just given away a goal as Harmon comes in and kicks a goal. Terrible play by the Northern All-Stars.
St. Clair, what were you doing?
That is a good question. What was she doing? Like, there was no one there. There was no opening. Like, I don't know what the hell was going on there.
Looks like Hardy's going to take a break.
Yep. As Hayward comes on, Hawkins gets it off again. No prior opportunity again. Ends it off. Big thump by Warner. And it's a bit of a sloppy play at the moment because no one can get to the ball. Long can, but he's going to get pinged for holding the ball. And that is going to be Gertner with it. And Connor onto it. He's a bit open. He's going to kick it long. No one can get to it. King struggling. And another pack here. Here we go. Rosewood to Lancaster. Back to Rosewood. Rosewood caught, but that will be no prior opportunity.
All at time.
I'd agree with that. And St. Clair trying to redeem herself. Ends up giving it back to Trig. And St. Clair is having an awful game tonight.
Oh man, I thought that line was going to be the most impressive part of North.
Yeah, that didn't work out. As Perkins kicks it long, Jones onto it.
And the zigzag is returning.
Yep. The Magpie from Brisbane. And long kick here.
Oh.
Yeah, a bit of a sneeze there. Apologise for that. As Rosewood's got the mark, and 10 minutes into the third.
Rosewood, why?
Yeah, good question there. What is going on there? But I will say this, it is looking like a more competitive quarter, but the Northern All-Stars need a dominant quarter if they want to be back into this one. As Connor can't get the hands on it. As Johnson hands it to St. Clair, caught. Connor onto it, he's going to run around. And that's going to be a kick straight to Hardy, but didn't travel the 15 meters as Walker kicks a shocker.
Oh, Rudy. You're supposed to be missed.
And Trig just kicks it into the behind post because I don't know why, maybe he just wants to say, here, try and kick it from this angle. As Connor does the same thing.
Oh, this is turning into a right clown show here.
Dash, what are you doing? What is even going on here?
I said this is turning into a clown show.
As Corvidae hits the behind post, and at least that's something, I guess. Last minute or so, quite the farce.
Yeah, that's a disaster kit. We'll take anything.
Yep. And Lambert tries to get it off here and can't get much off of it. As well, no, not Adler. Shadowolf goes for a behind, and a good kick this game seems to be hard to find. Jeez. Well, Jeez. A bit of a fun fact about that song. I mean, this has nothing to do with Aussie rules, but I think the rugby league team in England, like one of the famous ones, like really good ones, actually came out to that song. It's like that's why it's called, I think, the Song of the Gladiators or something. This Adler throws the ball. Yeah, when we get to the point where we're pointing out random facts in a game, you know that it's kind of going a little bit downhill.
Yeah, they've kind of lost the plot here, just a bit.
Yeah, just a bit. As Wolf Hayward onto it.
That was a nice kick, though. I'll give him that.
Yeah, very good kick there. And very much hands it off to Perkins. He's having an alright game here. And I haven't seen much of McManus this quarter, to be honest. And... Right. Oh, a bit of a shove there. Still hangs on to it. Into the big pack. Someone will not get that. And Adler gets tackled down.
Adler gets thrown down.
And... Oh, everyone going in for the bump at the moment. Rodgers, wide open. Rodgers is going to go for a goal. And he's kicked out of bounds in the full. The wind really plaguing the players right here at the moment.
Oh, Jay.
And Corvidae gets the interception. They need him to kick a goal here. As this is... Yeah, you need him to, and he will. Another goal for the Northern All-Stars finally. As they celebrate with Corvidae. That's his first. Hard to believe that. He's normally kicking bags of goals. As it's back to about a little bit over a 2-goal margin at the moment.
Right.
So it's going to be one of those games. Lambert's onto it. He's got a bit of a run. Hands it off to Smith. Smith gets past Ashcroft. And he's going to go for goal. And he's got it. They are back in this one.
We got a game. That's for sure.
And it is a 9-point game at the moment. The Northern All-Stars have done a lot this quarter to get back into it. Maybe even, I mean, I think you gotta say that the Southern All-Stars have been incredibly wasteful, especially during that sequence where they kicked out of bounds in the full twice.
Right, they were just like there were 5 or 6 kicks where they just kicked out of bounds.
Yeah, that's not dumb football. I don't know what is. As Smith has got it again, he's gonna bomb it off and.
That was a clown show.
Yeah, very much a clown show indeed. As it's a bit of a kick up in the air. It's gonna be pretty much anyone's guess to.
Oh.
And it's... Oh, Trigg with a tough kick. Doesn't get anywhere near Ashcroft. As Connor gets onto the ball as Ashcroft tackles them. And Warner pushing it back by D. Ashcroft. And that's going to be a free kick to Connor. Kind of coming undone, the Southern All-Stars at the moment. They had a 30-point lead, and it's almost completely evaporated.
Single digit now.
Single digit now, 9 points in it to make it 3 points. Smith is going to get behind, so it's now an 8-point game with about 2 minutes to go in the third.
Southern walked out with that behind there.
I would agree. That almost looked like it was out of bounds in the full. And looked like a bit of a... Well, Millwood...
That was kind of a desperation move.
Yeah, very desperate move from Millwood there. Pushed out of bounds. He's going to get a boundary throw in. And Warner onto it. And Rosewood. And we're going to get another ball up. I think Warner got that one. I think both of them might have got it. As Baker's got it. Here comes, I think that might have been Corvidae. And coming into goal, that's Liam King. They're within 2.
Okay, we are back to a game.
We are back to a game. A spirited comeback from the Northern All-Stars. They looked out of it at halftime. And now with less than a minute to go in the third, they're 2 points behind.
Exactly. I mean, that's what happens when you take the boot off.
Very much so. They took their foot off the gas, the Southern All-Stars, and they are paying for it. And Gertner's going to be caught holding the ball there. 30 seconds to go in the third. And Jack Trigg onto it. He's going to hand it off to Beattie. Bit of a slow quarter from him. And Knight gets tackled down. And that's going to be holding the ball from Hurst. And this is going to be Trapston kicking after the siren.
It's got to be a kick.
It's going to be a kick after the siren to put him back up by 8. He's going to need his good kicking boots here. But he's a guy who can kick him. As he's going to go for it, and the wind gets it. It's out of bounds on the foot.
Yeah, seems like this kicking boot at home.
And it is going to be one of those great last quarters here.
Yeah, I know I sure don't want to be in that huddle right now.
Very much. You do not want to be spoken down to by that man right there. As it is a 2-point game here at 3/4 time. Anyone's game. It's Northern All-Stars trailing 10 goals 6-66 to the Southern All-Stars 10 goals 8-68. Timmerie, what a quarter.
Well, oh yeah, it started off really sloppy, but like it turned into a thing of beauty at the end there. For the North, at least.
I would agree with that. This is going to be a grandstand finish right here. As we look at the possessions, the Northern All-Stars have had control of the ball. They might not have the disposal count, or the marks, or the tackles, but what they've got is possession, and that's what's getting them there. They've got possession of it, and when they've had possession, they've been effective with it.
Right.
So that's what has gotten them back into this game. And to look at the next screen for the stats, it's Hamish Connor's looking good, but Perkins has gotten the most possessions with 14 at the moment. Connor with 3, Smith and King with 2, Travis and Harmon each with 2. Very much going to be one of those games. And Timmerie, anyone caught your eye in that third quarter?
Let's see. Connor stands out to me a bit. North take it. I definitely see him being like a star.
Yeah,
star of the All Stars. Yep.
Yeah, he's being. He could be man of the match. That's very much in the possibility at the moment. But we will have to see how the judges vote later, as we are about to get underway with the final quarter, and we look at the scores here, and it was tied at quarter time. The Southern All-Stars are up by 30 at halftime, and now they're only up by 2 at 3/4 time. They call the third quarter the Premiership quarter, and if it's anything like some of the great ones we've seen before, the Northern All-Stars look to be in gear to win this game.
Yeah, Northern All-Stars, they smell blood in the water, so they're just gonna they're probably gonna keep pouncing and pouncing.
They pretty much will as we get underway with the final quarter here. 1 quarter to go, 20 minutes to go. Make a name for yourself as we are underway. And Hawkins Jr. gets it, and we're going to have to ball it up again.
Here we go.
And Lambert gets it. Lambert kind of caught up in a bit of a mess there, but we're going to have to ball it up again. And Cole onto it to Hayward, but Hayward doesn't get an opportunity. Both teams really going into the defensive mode at the moment. So we can barely move from the center circle.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to ball outside of the center circle. Yeah.
And Travson's got it. He's going to run off of it with to Remington, who hands it off to Cole, who's wide open, who's going to bomb it to nowhere in particular, but Walker's there. He's got it. He's going to bomb it long off to Johnson. Great mark there from Bella Johnson. And she might have a shot at goal from here. A bit far out. No, she's going to play on. She's going to try and get further as Beattie's onto it. And he's going to kick it straight to Jesse McGraw.
There we go.
Yep. And here's...
Really good mark. And what do we have next?
Huggins with it. And we're going to get it to Remington. He's going to play on there. And he's going to have a shocking kick out of bounds on the full. Completely missed the boot there. Like, Christ, that's the only explanation for that.
This is just starting to get frustrating.
Yeah.
Bad kick after bad kick.
Yeah, this is... If you're Jay Samuelson, you're shouting at your teammates, come on, as they get up behind the Northern All-Stars, and it's a 1-point game. It's like, and Millwood coming on for Travston. They've had enough of Travston tonight that brought Millwood on. Here comes Rodgers. Rodgers, they put him in front. Misses. Scores a level.
Yep. He just banged it off the post, so not quite, but ties things up.
And Travston back on for Harmon now. And into the pack, Johnson. Haywood going to be caught holding the ball by Baker. Going to kick it long. Going to be marked by Ashcroft. Great save by her. She's going to hand it off to Trigg, and that's going to be a ball up. 5 minutes almost gone from this quarter. Very tight game at the moment. And here comes Ashcroft. Ashcroft can't get it off. Off to Lancaster. Off to Millwood. Millwood running into goal, and she puts them back in front by 6. Southern All-Stars leading.
She does what she's paid for.
Very much so, and we might have a star in the making for Perth.
Right. That also from Ashcroft is really nice. She showed how scrappy she is. She did not give up on the ball.
Yeah, great play by Ashcroft too. Great pickup by Hobart this season. She's really changed their game along with Hardy.
Yeah, I more note it because, defensive plays do tend to go a bit unsung.
Yeah, that is true. As Lambert coming back on for Warner. We have passed the first 5 minutes of this quarter, and it's getting a bit rough here. Bit bubbling over a little bit. And Lambert tackled. There we go. And Rodgers onto it. No prior opportunity as Warner comes back on. Timmerie, if you're coaching one of these teams, what are you telling your players at the moment?
Don't play stupid, number one. Number two, keep an eye out for your teammates. If you can give up a good opportunity or a great opportunity, do it.
I very much agree with that. As it's a bit sloppy at the moment, Samuelson onto it, tackled by Connor, and Connor's going to have a shot at his fourth.
Hold for hold.
To tie the game here again. Connor, long kick. He's put it through, scores a level again.
Oh. The team giving up an inch.
The Macaw from Glenelg is having the game of his life right now. Hometown. He hasn't had much chance to shine in front of it. He was with Melton for most of his career. He's now at Darwin, but to play one of your best games in front of your hometown in an all-star game, that's got to be good for him.
Right, that's reason to celebrate right there.
Exactly. 4 goals to him, looking like the player of the match. Here we go again. Is Walker going to get on it? No, he will not, but Rodgers will. Rodgers to put him in front. He gets a goal, and the Northern All-Stars are back in front, now by 6.
He's clawed back in.
Tobias Rodgers, probably one of the biggest moments in his career, trying to show what he's made of, puts the Northern All-Stars back in front with 13 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the final quarter. A brilliant moment for the young Australian shepherd right there. They'll be watching on the Gold Coast, and they'll be cheering him on. As Hawkins gets tackled. A lot of argy-bargy at the moment. As Millwood on... No, that's Knight, sorry. Kind of look a bit similar, those two, and they've got similar numbers.
Oh. Like, a horse with a bird.
Yeah, well, sorry. Jeez. Samuelson trying to get on to Smith. He does, but Boseman's going to get onto it, and she's going to get a bit free there. And going to kick it off to Blake. But De Grandi onto it. He's going to kick it long to Millwood, but it's marked by McManus, and he has a chance to tie it up again. Going for the goal here, and he's got it. It's back square again.
There we go.
And that's his second. He's had 18 tackles this game. He's been laying them on thick.
Yeah, he's been engaging in revelry. I know I'd be too.
Yeah. And this game is seesawing again. One of the great games so far this season, and you gotta think that everyone's gonna want this win. Like, they don't care that this is not a grand final. They don't care this isn't for premiership points. This is for pride, and this is to show that you are as good as you're made out to be. As McManus open! Chance for number 2, but he gets stopped. Here comes Hawkins. He's gonna soccer it in. As Gertner's gonna get to it, and they're gonna rush it over the line, and the Southern All-Stars lead by 1. And here comes Salvatore. Salvatore bounces it, gives it a kick straight to Clayton. Clayton is going to be smothered. Here comes. I don't even know who that is. That's Harmon. Harmon puts him up by 7.
Yes.
The Golden Wolf from Tasmania. He's been in his brother's shadow since he's debuted, but tonight he is looking good.
He sure is.
Cause for celebration there. 7-point gain, 10 minutes to go. This is going to go down to the wire. As Knight gives away a free kick. Johnson kicks it long, Hardy onto it.
That's it.
And it's going to be a long kick as Rosewood onto it. He's going to kick it long. Jones onto it. Holds onto it. Long kick. That's a terrible kick and straight to Samuelson.
Oh, Samuelson just gets it clean.
Gets it clean. Hardy onto it. A lot of people in the mix to Cole. Bad kick from Hardy. And that's going to go straight to Blake. Former teammates Colin Blake before Cole left for the Storm in 2019. And Jones going to get a long kick to Boseman. Another rookie out there. She's having a good game so far. Off to Warner, her teammate at the Gold Coast. And Pedroza is going to save that from becoming another goal. Great defensive work from Pedroza.
Right. I mean, they were just hitting.
And Baker! Behind. I'm sorry I keep interrupting. It's just plays in the field now.
Right.
I know.
It's alright.
Yeah, I know. And straight to St. Clair, and she's going to have a shot at goal. To tie it up again. This has been back and forth this quarter. Chance to kick a goal. She does. It is back square. This has been a great contest for most of this game, and I can't believe how this is going to go.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to do someone to footy, you show them this.
Yeah, you show them this, that's for sure. And St. Clair very happy about that one. She's had a bit of an off night tonight.
That was a tough kick. That was a tough kick to boot.
Very much. But she is showing why she is one of the favourites for the Willing Trophy at the moment. As Hawkins straight to Travston. 7.5 minutes left in this game. It is anyone's contest. Travston going for goal. And it hits the post.
Oh.
Southern All-Stars by 1 at the moment.
That's not the time to kick it behind.
It very much isn't. It very much isn't. Especially with the Northern All-Stars rampaging back into this one.
Right, and plus they've just been hitting mark after mark after mark, and it's just like they're on point, you can tell.
Yeah, very much on point. They're playing the marking game to a T at them. As we're down to 6.5 minutes in this game. Warner can't get a good kick off of it. Beattie gets caught. We got another ball up here, and Hawkins gets it. Johnson tackled. Hawkins has got it. Kicks it long. Straight to Hardy. Hardy's going to slow this one down a bit. And is going to kick it to Harmon. Harmon is going to kick it off to Travston. He's going to play on Boseman into the thing. And Jesse McGrew is going to have a shot at goal by the look of it.
Seems like they're finally playing a marking game a bit.
Yeah. 5 minutes 20 to go. Can't get the kick far enough, and it's going to be a touch behind. 2 points in it.
Yeah.
5 minutes to go.
That still puts pressure on North because they have to kick a goal now. They can't get away with it behind.
Exactly. They have to kick a goal. Smith hands it off. Travston. Travston with a good interception. And Travston, chance for the goal. He's going to go for it. It hits the post again, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, that's kind of in the picture of the second quarter there. Just behind, after behind, after behind.
And it is really costing them at the moment.
Yeah, it's very much coming back to point.
1 minute, 4 minutes 20 left in the game. Northern All-Stars have got to get this ball moving and into their forward line. As they've missed it, the missed kick. That's going to be to Travston, and he's going to have to kick it from an acute angle here. Can he do it? No, he cannot. Another behind, and it's a 4-point game.
You know, at that angle, though, I'd actually say, alright, I get it.
Well, they could have done a snap kick. Could have snapped it, but didn't want to go for it. But it's 3 minutes 30 in it. Clock is draining. The Northern All-Stars need a goal to win this. There's Millwood tackled, and Lambert coming on for Warner at the moment. They're bringing the captains on for the final 3 minutes at the moment. McGrew caught. 3 minutes 12 to go. Hands it off to nowhere. Comes off it. Boseman. Boseman's open. Gonna kick it off to Adler. Adler's gonna get it moving. The clock is ticking. And
no time to waste.
No time to waste here. And Clayton caught holding the ball. Give me a long kick. Haywood can't get onto it. Jones tackle. 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes to go. And here we go again. Hawkins tackled down. No prior opportunity. The clock is still ticking, and they are running out of time. As here we go again. Long kick. Can Corvidae get on it? No, he cannot. Adler to Beattie. Beattie is going to kick it long. And it's going to be behind again. And it's a 5-point game.
I mean, like... And I thought when I was playing the last 2 minutes of game went by like a blur.
Yep, and here we go again. Smith tackled by Beattie. The clock is running out here. They just can't get anything going here, the Northern All-Stars. Salvatore!
Get out of the 50.
Off to Jones. Almost a minute to go here. And it's off to King. King! Last roll of the dice here. Baker! Connor! Tackled down! Baker hands it off! Baker going for goal! He's got it! The Northern All-Stars are in front by 1!
Goal. Beautiful.
They are in front by 1 point with 57 seconds to go. That could be the ball game.
And this is where behinds come back to haunt you.
Exactly. 14 goals, 993 plays 13 goals, 1492. And it is a big score here. This is going to be a vital ball up. Hands it off. Here we go, another thing. Here we go. Harmon plays on into the pack. Can they get it? Bit of a big pack here. Hawkins shoved off. Here we go. Smith. McManus. McManus to Hardy. Oh! It's the scores are level with 20 seconds to go.
Oh.
This could be a tied ball game.
Oh my
15 seconds. to Jones!
I've never seen...
He's gonna drain the clock! And the siren sounds! The All-Star game has ended in a tie!
Wow. Now, I've certainly never seen that in all my years in the league.
The All-Star game has ended in a tie.
That is crazy. Like, we were waiting for the tie to come, we just didn't think it'd be All-Star
Week. We didn't think it'd be All-Star Week, but it's here. Both teams playing their hearts out. But in the end, they just couldn't be separated. 14 goals, 9-93. 13 goals, 15-93. Final scores. What a game. What a game.
That was quite the ride, dare I say.
Timmerie, jeez, this was a great game. They left it all on. They left it all out there. You can't say any of these left anything. Any of these players left anything back.
Not a single thing.
This, my friends, was one of the great contests that you will ever see. Ever see. The only thing, we just didn't get a winner out of it. Just a picture paints 1,000 words, and you can look at everyone there, and it's just... This was just one of the great contests. Timmerie, your thoughts on the game tonight?
Oh, well, what a roller coaster ride. It was beautiful. It was disastrous. It was messy. There was some clown shows mixed in. There was plenty of hard play mixed in. A lot of spirits. So many things to define it. But it was beautiful at the end of the day.
I would agree. Great match. Great participants. This is what you want in an all-star game. You'd want a result, but it is something.
Outside of that, it ticks all the other boxes.
It ticks all the other boxes. And the player of the game, let's see who has won the Teddy Wilson medal. And Rocco McManus from the Southern All-Stars will take home yet another award, as tonight he is the player of the match.
And I wouldn't disagree with that in the slightest.
So he will take home the medal. He'll join his 2 Willing Trophy medals, his Premiership medallion. He is probably one of the best stars of the game at the moment, because he is unstoppable, it seems, with accolades. But yeah,
very true.
He is your player of the match.
Another well-earned piece for his trophy case.
Might be a bit of a sour feeling for him at the moment, but I can guarantee you he's one guy that should be proud of his performance tonight, as should pretty much everyone out there.
Of course. I mean, that was a thing of beauty. In a very harsh, not very beautiful environment.
Anyway, let's have a quick look at the stats here, and we'll just kind of have a look at each team as we go along. We have a look at the... It's a bit slow, our computer here, so give it a bit. Let's just have a look at the disposals here, and Ashlynn Adler, probably one of the best there for the Northern All-Stars, 12 disposals. Very good game from her.
Yeah, I mean, I look back at the draft report. She definitely earned that 5-star ranking she got.
Exactly.
She is showing it tonight.
She's showing it tonight along with Matthew Blake, future Gold Coast leader in the making, you'd think. You'd think that with his performance tonight, you'd think that he is very close to becoming the captain of that side. Meanwhile, Hamish Connor, 4 goals to his name, I would have said he would have been contender for the player of the match, but it just didn't go his way. Salvatore with another good game. Jones again. Those two are showing you how Brisbane have been a dominant team so far this season. St. Clair managed to fix up the game in the end. Baker with another decent game. And if we go to the marks here, we go to the marks, and we will have a look at that. Blake and Jones again in the best, with Boseman and Cole and St. Clair not far behind. Hit-outs. I think a lot of these are going to be going to the other team because they look to dominate the rock tonight. Warner with 33. He did better than Lambert did, so maybe Warner should have been starting instead of Lambert, but semantics, really. We go to the general play stats, and we will see that Hurst has gotten the most tackles here with 14. Great performance from him. Just kind of one of those performances where you're a bit underrated, you're not doing that much, but you come in when you need to and you play your part. And going into the goal scoring again, we'll have a look at the goals, and if we can put it up there, we have Hamish Connor, far and away the best player out there at the moment for this team. 4 goals, 1. Maybe if some of these out of bounds and the full kicks had gone in for points or goals, they would have won this, but you can't really judge too much about that.
Right. I mean, he played his heart out tonight.
Exactly. And going on to the Southern All-Stars, it is much of the same story here. A lot of players playing a good role here tonight. As we look at it, Wilson, not with a great game, but Beattie, Parkins, McManus, Remington, and Travston, all with pretty good games along with Ashcroft and Hardy. So some of the best there for the Southern All-Stars right there.
Right. I can certainly see why Ashcroft and Hardy are becoming Hobart's favourite cats.
Exactly. I mean, the Wolf Cats, I guess. but I mean, like, you can see why that they've become an integral part of that team. As we move on to the marks here, just kind of giving everyone just a quick look over of just what has happened in this game. Beattie and Travston, along with Ashcroft and Hardy, Hayward, Pedroza, Rosewood, very evenly spread marks here, but they played their part when they needed to, and that you can only say that that's how you do it. On to the hitouts, and I think we'll see that Hawkins dominated the rock here. As we will look at it, and he got 38 hitouts. Carter got 19. Very much a dominant performance from Hawkins Jr. Probably the best rock out of all of them, showing to the world that he is still the best rock in the game so far. And if we were to go to general play again, we will see why McManus did get that medal. As we look here, he got 19 tackles in this game. Like that. The Australian Cattle Dog, very, very good with his tackling and on the ball play. He likes his rough and tumble football, and you can see why tonight.
Yep. It shows on the line, that's for sure. And on the field.
And if we go to the goals and that, and just have a quick look, we see that Harmon kicked the most with 3. Very good performance from him. And we look at the fantasy points, and McManus, 124 fantasy points. That's another good performance from him. He's not only good for fantasy player. I mean, fantasy doesn't work during the All-Star game, but I mean, you look at the points he's accumulated. Like, that's on par with his good with them. Like, he's very good, and that's just a great performance over from Rocket McManus.
Yeah, that is through the roof.
Well, we started this game thinking it was going to be quite a contest. We got that in the end. And I would say that it was probably one of the best games we've had this season. Timmerie, thanks for joining us. Good luck with Cairns next season. It was great to have you as a co-commentator. You added a lot of insight to this, so thanks for coming.
Of course. Glad I got to be here. You take care of yourself, Wes.
All right. I'm Wes Kerry. That was Timmerie Bryant. Thank you for joining us for this presentation of FAFL Grandstand. We will see you next time. As tonight, the final scores for this All-Star game, all square. It ended in a tie. Final scores, Northern All-Stars 14 goals, 993. Southern All-Stars 13 goals, 1593. We'll see you next time on FAFL Grandstand.